Franklin and Lincoln counties in Mississippi. 60-mile-per-hour winds and quarter-sized hail. We've got another person that's got an awesome setup here. Thanks, Professional Purdy, for sending this in. Lots of screens. Lots of screens. I love to see it. I honestly didn't know you could zoom in on the phone. So that is good information. Yeah, so we're just going through all the severe thunderstorm warnings right now. This is it's just cycling through all of them. All of these are radar indicated 60-mile-per-hour winds, penny-sized hail kind of storms. Hazelhurst, Brookhaven, you guys are under a warning for that. We've got a bunch of warnings out there for that kind of storm, even for Avoyelles and Rapides Parish in Louisiana. We've got one all the way down there towards Washington Parish, Louisiana as well. What we're waiting for and what's about to happen is some of these unwarned supercells that are forming are going to become a little bit more mature right around the time that our low-level jet starts to increase this afternoon, especially within the next couple of hours. When that happens, we might have to deal with a more significant a tornado situation. So we might have a little bit of a lull in activity here, but that lull is not going to be complete, right? We still have very strong storms, so we're going to continue to relay that information as it comes through. Are you going to cover the snowstorm? Yeah. Absolutely. You guys are sending in, continue to send in your reports. Here's one from Maryland, for Frederick, Maryland, even all the way up there. We got a 1 or 2 yalls of snow. The guy in his camera, thank you. Hello from Hello Sonia. Thunderstorms are still developing in the unstable air over South Mississippi and southern Alabama this afternoon. There's no tornado warnings in effect as of 4:33 Eastern, 3:33 Central. We are monitoring the conditions. We are waiting for those warnings to start coming back. I don't think we're too far out from that. I'm using this time to kind of set up my monitoring tools over here to make sure that I don't miss anything from you guys on Twitter and all, Discord. I was a little late setting things up today, so I'm setting up some last minute stuff now. I think we're going to be here for a while. We've been streaming for an hour and a half. We're going to be here for a significant amount of time. This watch in Louisiana is the one that ends first out of all of them, and it goes all the way until 8 p.m. Central. So we'll be here probably until at least 10 p.m. Central, maybe even longer than that. So bear with me as we get some stuff set up in the meantime. Any ice storms or winter storms? Yep, there's a big one going on right now. We'll talk about it again here in a moment. Tim Hager says, I always thought that plow trucks, even smaller ones, never spin out, but I was wrong. I almost rolled mine today. Dang. Oh, this is an update on the ice storm situation in Virginia. John sent this in. Thanks, John. No power here in Green Bay, Virginia. It's been freezing rain for more than 24 hours. So that's what we're dealing with over there. Unfortunate situation. We knew it was coming, and it's just about over. But now the power outages may last a little while, especially if we've got that much ice over a large area in Virginia. Some of the power lines still run through the hills and stuff, and that makes it really difficult to repair things during times like this. Sean, good luck with that. When will the Yalla meters be back in stock? Yalla meters will be back in stock sooner than well, no, I shouldn't say that. It'll be probably next winter. We sold out. We underestimated the need for Yalla meters. And I've got a really good idea for the Yalla meter 3.0, and I just want to make sure that everybody that wants one in the future gets our latest version. So it'll be we're working on making them right now. We're going to print them this summer. A
new tornado warning has been issued. And then
you'll be able to get them, but late this summer. All right, did you hear that? A new tornado warning has been issued, and guess what? It's for our storm that we've been talking about.
Has been issued.
Here it is. Tornado warning, radar indicated rotation, Walthall, Mississippi, and Washington County, Mississippi. Let me zoom in on it here for you. Look at that. Wow. So the velocity's kind of hard to read right now, but I don't like the way that the reflectivity looks at all. Very clear sign that we've got a rotating, we likely have a rotating mesocyclone here south and east of Simmons. It's hard to confirm that with velocity, but we definitely have some rotation here. This looks like it's either some interference that's getting in the way on the hook here, or we have a decoupled circulation that's decoupled itself from the parent supercell, which is something that we often see with supercells like this. So either way, that this definitely looks like it could be producing a tornado soon. I don't know if we have any chasers on this one, and it doesn't look like we do, but my goodness, this one probably looks insane. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, unfortunately no chasers and no cameras, so nothing that we can do to see this, but it is a bit of a decoupled rotation going on there. However, my main area of concern is actually going to be where it's handing off. You just got that last radar update there. You can see the old mesocyclone and area of rotation is starting to dogleg. That means that it's no longer going to be dominant, but there is still a lot of rotation at the base of that storm. So I think we're witnessing a meso handoff here, and over the next 15 minutes or so, that new area of rotation is going to be the area to watch.
Absolutely. Thank you, Riley. Yeah, so what we're watching here is the birth of a very strong storm. And even in the beginning stages here, it's strong enough to try to produce a tornado here as it's sucking in all that warm, moist air from the Gulf. If it continues to balance itself out as it comes up towards Dexter and Flowers, it could produce a tornado. So please take shelter if you haven't already. We're not going to have... There's actually one camera. Columbia, Mississippi. But like it's pretty far away. It's the one in... Columbia, Mississippi. And then we won't get another opportunity to see it from the Mississippi Department of Transportation cameras until it gets way up there near Sumrall. But yeah, here's our one tornado warning that we have right now. We're going to kind of lock in on it here. Okay, yeah, here's the closest camera we have to that storm. Oops. So you can kind of see it in the distance there, I believe. We'll keep an eye on that. So we have one tornado warning for Washington Parish in Louisiana and Walthall County, Mississippi. Where's Andy? Last I heard from meteorologist Andy Hill, we wouldn't be able to hear from him for a couple hours. I don't know if there's an update there, but Andy, if he can be here, he will. Here's a look at some of the snow totals from storm number 1 this last night into this morning. A lot of snow in the mountains of West Virginia and Virginia. Some places got over a foot, but areas are even around Washington, D.C. ended up with 6 to 8 inches. It overperformed big time in southern Maryland and Delaware with some people getting over 8 inches of snow. So definitely a big performer here in the mid-Atlantic areas. 4 to 6 inches of snow all the way up there to towards Philadelphia. So, yeah, I think this one dropped more snow than what we thought it was going to. And it also ended up dropping more ice. So the ice became a bigger deal back there in southwestern and south central Virginia. Zachary, thank you. About 3 inches of snow in northern Newcastle County, Delaware. There were some places that got more than that. And I think that a lot of places in Iowa are kind of overperforming as well. There's a look at some snow cameras, by the way. Caleb's out there in Iowa. We've got 511ia.org with some other traffic cameras. We can go back and forth between the severe side and the snow side. This is from Ezra. This cold weather has kept our snow here for the last week. Y'all meter's reading about 2.5 y'alls of snow in Idaho. Rotation looks, interesting and somewhat impressive here on our tornado warned storm as it goes towards Flowers and Dexter. Reflectivity looks a little bit less impressive, but I think what we're seeing here is just a big opening. We've got all that inflow coming into the storm here. This is nowhere near mature. So, it'll be interesting to see what happens. If the storm doesn't grow, if the storm doesn't become much taller, it's not going to be able to take advantage of this environment in the way that it needs to. But it's primed to. Like it's got everything else going for it. Brandon Kopek's got a really good view of a storm here. This is probably the storm we're looking at right now, if I'm not mistaken. And then if we go back over here to this camera, you can see really clearly the backside of our storm. So this is the tornado warned storm near Tylertown. From Columbia, Mississippi, you can see the updraft. You can see how the storm is actually really healthy. It's getting taller. You can see the explosive. Wow, yeah, that's growing fast. So the storm is trying to mature as it approaches New Hope. We might see a new tornado warning issued for this one as it approaches New Hope, Jamestown, and Chirral. So y'all get ready for that. Definitely looks concerning.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
Got ourselves another new tornado warning that was just issued for Brookhaven. Once again, Brookhaven, Mississippi, you're under a tornado warning, and this one looks pretty impressive too. We've got a pretty tight area of rotation right here near Zetas, south of Lloyd Star, and it's about to go right into Brookhaven. Get ready between New Site, Pearl Haven, and Brookhaven, Mississippi. You're under a tornado warning. This is coming right up towards the Shady Creek Acres Airport. This is also going to go towards Weston, Beauregard, and Woolworth, which all of you guys have already been under tornado warnings today. You're under another one. Take shelter now. This one looks to be a little bit more impressive than the other ones, honestly. Schools in the path here include the Mammy L. Martin Elementary School, Lloyd Star Consolidated School, and West Lincoln Attendance Center. So if you're just now tuning in, we just got this tornado warning for Copiah, Lincoln, and Lawrence counties in Mississippi. If you know anybody out here, tell them to take this one seriously. Brookhaven is a hot spot right now. Yeah, we'll probably be here until at least after 10 p.m. Central. It's currently 3:48 Central. We've been streaming now for an hour and 36. We are currently like 2 hours into an event that will ultimately last, 8 hours or so. So we're still at the beginning stages. Hopefully everybody in Brookhaven's taking shelter. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, so actually completely off topic to either the snow or the severe weather. I don't know if you can zoom in on the weather house camera, but it looks like there's a fire in the valley of Pikeville way off in the distance.
Oh yeah, yeah. I can zoom in. Give me just a second. This is a live camera here at the weather house. Currently, no weather to look at, but something's going on out here in the good old town of Pikeville, Kentucky. What in the world we got going on here? Yeah, something's on fire. Look at how far this thing zooms in. Looks like it might actually be like it's not like the hills. It might be like a business or something over there. You see this road continues on over. But yeah, I'll keep that zoomed in. Back to Mississippi. Still watching a really impressive storm come together here in southern Mississippi. And there's another one that's kind of hanging around Hattiesburg. That's what our storm chasers are on right now. Brandon's got a good view of it here. I know Corey Gherkin's nearby as well, and I'm sure we're keeping an eye on his stream just in case. But yeah, this is probably very similar to what the storm looks like that's currently tornado warned further to the south and west. Actually, that tornado warning has been allowed to expire. But you can see that it's definitely in a position to where it could try to produce a tornado soon. Corey Gherkin, we should pull him up. He's got something. He's on this storm. You can see the the overall rotation of it. And if I'm not mistaken, Riley, correct me if I'm wrong, he is on the storm that's near Hazelhurst and not the one down there closer to the border between Louisiana and Mississippi, right?
Yeah, so it looks like according to the camera software, he's actually on the one on the border. I didn't think he was there. I'm gonna look at Radar Omega quick.
Okay.
He is actually right next to Brandon Coppock. So that is the storm near Waynesboro.
Okay. Well, there's starting to be too many of these to keep up with. I don't see, for some reason, Brandon's not popping up on my side at all.
Brandon and Corey are like on top of each other, so that might be part of what's going on the map. Their icons are just covering each other. Even on Radar Omega, you can only see one of them.
Okay, and the storm we're looking at, as far as you know, is the one closer to the border, right?
Correct. He is in the town of State Line.
Got you. All right, so this is the storm that was just tornado warned not too long ago. It doesn't look like it's tornado warned now. There's a similar storm over here near Hattiesburg right now that looks very similar on radar. So you guys are probably seeing something along those lines. Bryce Shelton is closer to that one. There's also a couple cameras down here, the Forest COEOC and the University of Southern Mississippi. So we're keeping an eye on that one too. But this one, the one that Corey's on right now is definitely looking really interesting. So let's this storm isn't warned right now. There is a warning though. I think it would be smart to give an update on the warning. Brookhaven, Mississippi, you are still under a tornado warning. Very strong rotation. Just going over the town of Brookhaven right now. No confirmation of a tornado on the ground from what I can tell so far. However, we're probably getting some strong damaging winds here, and a tornado could be about to happen any moment. All right. So if you're in Brookhaven, Pearl Haven, you've got to get to shelter now. Also in Carlos, Montgomery, if this thing isn't producing a tornado right now, it very well could by the time it gets to Woolworth. Right. So it takes shelter immediately. We're waiting to see if we're going to get another tornado warning here for our storm that's approaching New Hope and Jamestown. And then there's a couple other storms that also might produce a tornado as well. Massive inflow here. So this is another sign that the storm's getting stronger, but it's not necessarily proof that we've got a tornado down or anything like that. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, I just wanted to give a general update to everyone in chat and watching right now. It seems like for some reason YouTube's doing the thing where it pushes people behind. Some of you are talking about things that happened 15, 20 minutes ago. So whenever you see this, just go ahead and refresh. Double click and swipe up if you're on the mobile app, or just refresh if you're on a web browser, and make sure that you're watching the most current version of the stream.
Thank you, Riley. Something that we do with the YAWLBot stream is we make it to where you can't scroll back, so that you're always up to date. But I know with these, people like the ability to go scroll back because there's moments where I talk about a storm or a forecast, and it's just nice to go back and look at that. But yeah, sometimes if you're buffering, or if for whatever reason you pause the stream, sometimes you can get behind, which is not what you want in a situation where we're trying to give you real-time information. Okay. All right. We were we were a little confused about the location of Brandon and Corey. They're on the storm near Waynesboro. I think I was looking at the one back here, but the storm near Waynesboro. This is the one that they were on, or that they are on right now. So all of these look similar, right? That one might as well be this one or this one. All of these storms that are popping up right in here are doing the exact same thing. And that's the point that I was trying to make. Like whatever we're seeing there through Jordan's feed or Brandon's feed or any of these guys that are on this storm that's going into Alabama, that's probably what's going to happen with these storms back here near Hattiesburg as well.
Not much. Yourself?
Sorry for the confusion there.
Oh, we're getting some things going on.
Massive inflow coming into our tornado warned storm. Nothing tightening up yet,
Gotcha.
but it's quite concerning what's coming up towards Woolworth. So please take shelter if you haven't already.
Go figure. All I saw this morning was, what was it that I saw this morning?
Hey, how come nobody's playing in the snow? I'm trying my best to include as much snow coverage as possible, but we've been a little distracted by our tornado warnings over here, which obviously will take precedent and be of the highest priority as long as they're in effect. But
like in certain cases, Ryan will not see something that I see on my radar. Sometimes it'll show a CC drop for me and it won't for him, and that's how I confirm if it's true or not. You know.
Alright. Alright, well, I just wanted to stop by and say hello.
What was about the chat earlier, or last night? About.
Hold on, give me a minute. Give me a minute. Hold that thought, though.
Let's see.
all of these smaller cells. The one down here near Columbia, this could produce a tornado at some point. The one that's going through Hattiesburg right now, it's not even severe, but we've got to watch it very closely. The one down here closer to Poplarville is also looking interesting. By the way, Hazcams number 25. I don't know if it's facing west, but if it is, it probably has a really good view of the Poplarville storm. Just so we're looking at it, and if it shows anything, we'll pull it up.
All right. Let's see.
Strong storm moving through Natchez right now, going over towards Fayette and Roxy. I'd also watch these. These have the look to them that they could potentially start rotating here soon, but the most concerning thing on the radar right now, or the most concerning things, is probably going to be this and this. The Brookhaven storm is already warned, and it's moving towards Woolworth and Winilla right now. Brad, thanks for being here. Thanks for watching all the streams and all the videos. We've been busy making videos. I think we're on day 9 or something of consecutive videos. We did 14 straight videos at the beginning of January. And we've got a pretty strict policy here of only making videos whenever something's going on. So lots of stuff has been going on. Yep, another storm in Brookhaven. This is the second tornado warning of the day for them. The rotating part of that storm is past Brookhaven, though. It's just a strong thunderstorm right now. But I would stay sheltered, just in case. Yeah, we've had some really strong rotation signatures show up and just disappear. So that's
Mhm.
good. So far, we haven't seen any strong tornadoes, but the environment is capable of producing them today. Where's Brad Arnold? Brad Arnold had other things going on. He had an appointment or something, so he's not with us today. This is Brad Arnold's turf, though. So normally he would be out here.
I honestly do not know.
Do we still have eyes on the Columbia
That's the same question.
Radar Omega camera? If it's
A new
looking
tornado warning
interesting,
has been issued.
we should pull that up because we just got
A
a
new
tornado
tornado
warning on
warning
that
has been
storm.
issued.
And there's a camera right there. Whoa. Yeah, that's interesting. So here we go. This is a live look from within the Radar Omega app of the storm that just prompted the tornado warning for Columbia, Mississippi. This is for Jefferson, Davis,
Right.
Covington, Lamar, and Marion.
Yeah, I don't know.
Counties in Mississippi. This is going to go on for 55 minutes. We've got a decent amount of rotation showing up here on radar near Lovelace.
Right.
And we've got a
Right.
full view of the entire base of the storm here from this camera, the cyclone port. So take shelter if you are in
Mm-hmm.
Columbia,
Right, I
Mississippi,
agree.
obviously. Harmony, Emmanuel, Improv, Hopewell, Rocky Branch, all the way up to Sumrall. Once again, you guys are under a new tornado warning. You've got to take shelter.
Right.
Right in the path of this, if this produces a tornado soon,
Mhm.
which it very
Believe
well
so,
could,
yeah.
we've got the Marion County Vocational School. Right after that, it's going to cross U.S. Highway 98 near Columbia.
Yeah. You should.
We've got the heavy rain and some of the hail starting now.
Yeah, you should. Talk with Zane.
Yeah, it looks like that is somewhat of a wall cloud that we're seeing there on the left side of the camera. I don't know if this is a PTZ camera or if they have the ability to move it. But we have a really good view of the storm there. And I believe it's coming in the direction of the camera, so
I'd be shocked. All right. Well, I'm gonna skedaddle.
oh yeah, so it is PTZ. Yeah, this is one of those
Right.
cameras that you can look at in the Radar Omega app, for those of you who are asking.
Yep. And then I'm gonna head out. So I need to get some things done. So
Wow, look at the motion there. This might be trying to produce a
Alright.
tornado right in front of us here.
all right.
Once again, this is a live look at a tornado warned storm coming into Columbia, Mississippi right now. The rotation that you're seeing there, that little dangly bit, is currently near U.S. Highway 98 and the intersection of U.S. Highway 98 and Highway 13 near the Marion County Vocational School. If this produces a tornado, which is looking like it's trying to really hard, it's going to come up into the general Columbia, Mississippi area near Broad Street and the Marion General Hospital. This is a live look right now at a developing tornado in Jefferson Davis County. This is going into Covington, Lamar, and Marion counties as well.
All right.
What an incredible view here. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, and just a general note about the environment overall. As we're looking at this produce a tornado
Which-
in front of our eyes, the
Yeah,
storm
but I said
further
what-
off to
which
the
storm
east
is
that
it?
was near state line. That is the one that Jordan Hall, Corey Gergen, and Brandon Kopic are on, that storm is moving it into an unfavorable environment. The winds are not backed like we want them to be in terms of tornado potential. They're coming out of the east-northeast instead of the southeast. So I would assume that storm is probably done in terms of tornado potential for the next couple of hours. However, the one we're looking at right now is in the perfect area in terms of winds coming out of the southeast. So this one is probably going to produce a tornado. All the storms have been struggling in the lower levels, and obviously it looks like on the camera that this one's not. So it's going to be interesting to see if this one can sort of break the streak that we've been seeing so far today.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, Riley. This is really an incredible view that we have here of the formation of a tornado. I think that's what we're seeing here. A tornado is forming right now. Once again, it's going over U.S. Highway 98 in Columbia. This is near the Tractor Supply Co. This is near the subway. This is near the Hardee's. If you know where all that stuff is down there near the Singley construction area, that's where the funnel cloud's going over right now. If it continues on the path that it's on, it'll go right up near the Marion General Hospital and go between the Marion General Hospital and the Walt Massey Chevrolet. Okay, so if you know where the Chevy lot is there near Woodlawn Church, and you know where Marion General Hospital is, imagine the tornado trying to go through between those two things. That's what's happening here. It's going to go across National Guard Road.
You can see.
Hopefully, it doesn't touch down.
It just faded for me.
If it does, it'll happen here, right around the
Tender moment
there,
care right here,
daycare.
Right.
Also, the Marion County Community Center, Martha's Place, Marion County Business Complex. All of these places are in the path of this dangerous storm. It's not making contact with the ground yet, as far as I can tell. However, I mean, you can see very clearly how quickly that could happen.
Right.
It's trying very hard. The last frame on radar shows a little bit less rotation than what we were looking at earlier. But you can see very clearly it's still rotating quite significantly. If this continues on the path that it's on, oh, here we go. We might have, yep. Yeah. That's on the ground. That's on the ground. That's a tornado. Once again, right now it's on Highway 98. This is near the, this is happening right now near the Columbia Diesel castings. This is on the ground somewhere near the Sonic Drive-In near Columbia Purvis Road, moving up towards Aaron's Rent to Own. Okay, if you know where National Guard Road is or Highway 198, that's the general vicinity where we're looking at here. And it looks like we might lose visual of it. I don't know if the camera's going to be able to pan farther or not. But yeah, there's a tornado on the ground here, just crossed over Highway 98 in Columbia, Mississippi. Take shelter now, especially if you're up there near Michael's RV Center, Appliance Doctors. Farther downstream, we've got the Grace Baptist Church in the path here, Hopewell. If this stays down, which once again, it's still on the ground right now, a classic looking tornado, just moseying down, what do we call this road here? What is this? Highway 44. So right now I would approximate that it's near the Appliance Doctors shop down there near Summerall Road, and it's going to parallel Highway 44 up past Gates Road and then go towards the Grace Baptist Church. Get ready at the Improv Baptist Church as well. This is a pretty rural area. However, it's there's plenty of homes. If I take you over here real quick to the maps view, this is the kind of terrain that we're in here. So these guys, they're not going to see it coming, right? So we need to make sure that they have the alert. They know to take shelter. And we'll put you back on the camera here. This is a mini supercell producing a tornado right now. If this continues to produce a tornado, it's going to come towards you all in Rocky Branch, Hopewell, Corral, and Summerall next. This is a tornado warned storm. The warning is for Jefferson Davis, Covington, Lamar, and Marion counties in Mississippi. So yeah, we just watched the full process of tornado genesis there together. Hopefully obviously there's a tornado on the ground right now, but hopefully there's not a lot of damage. No reports just yet, but we've got people listening to scanners, and we'll keep you updated on that. But it's hard to tell. I can't tell if it's still on the ground right now or not. Do you guys see it? It looks to me like it might be disconnected, but it is still on the ground. Okay, it's still on the ground, and it's still moving in the general direction of the Grace Baptist Church. Improv Baptist Church, Rass Farm, Stringer Road. Take shelter. It looks like it might have lifted here from my point of view, but even if we lose visual of this thing, I want you guys to know that this is what it looks like on radar right now. Okay? This is what it looks like on radar, and just keep that in mind, because we're not going to be able to see it through this camera forever. If we continue to see even just this much rotation as it approaches Improve, Hopewell, Rocky Branch, and Sumrall, we're going to assume that it's still on the ground. But we'll keep the camera up as long as we can here. Go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, earlier there was a storm that moved through east of the town of Richton. It's off to the east of Hattiesburg. Brandon Kopic's pulling up to that town right now. There is a traffic jam there. I think there's some sort of storm debris down in the road, a semi in the ditch. No one else here has contact with Kopic, so if you have a chance, go ahead and use Motorola and tell him to go around that town so we don't have to just look at a traffic jam that we know is there for like an hour and a half.
All right. Thank you, Riley. I will do that. I might have to do it through text because I don't have Motorola set up. There's another thing that we are a little bit behind on here today. But thank you. So we do have Brandon Kopic out there, and in the next live stream, our communications with him is going to be set up, and that'll be really nice. So I'm gonna take us off of this camera, and we're gonna go back to mostly tracking this via radar. But do you guys see now like why it's so important to me to have cameras? Like we've spent so much time and effort building up these. Like we've got 15,000 cameras in our database now. But like that right there, I swear to you, more people took shelter because we were able to show it. So yeah, go ahead, Riley.
Hey Ryan, this is an observed tornado warning. I don't know why we did not get that upgrade, but this is an observed tornado warning for those of you watching.
Yeah, so we've got, it's broadcast media confirmed tornado. I wonder if that's us. It's probably us.
New information. This tornado warning
damaging
has been
tornado,
upgraded.
Covington, Jefferson, Davis, Lamar, Marion, Mississippi. This is going to expire 43 minutes from now. So this is a confirmed tornado warning now. Obviously, as we saw through the camera there, we do believe that this is still on the ground, even though we saw it lift. Tornadoes, they can go up and down and up and down. We're going to assume it's back on the ground here, and we're going to stay in our safe spots and Improve and Hopewell in Mississippi. So everyone in Covington, Jefferson, Davis, Lamar, and Marion counties in Mississippi needs to take shelter immediately if you haven't already. This also goes all the way back to Seminary, Mississippi. You guys are included in this.
Hey Ryan, if you want to take a look at Caleb's camera quick, there's a pretty nasty accident.
All right, we are covering the snow side of this as well. Caleb's in Huxley, Iowa. giving us a view of the dangerous road conditions out there right now in Iowa. We've got intermittent blizzard conditions going on all across the Cedar Rapids to Des Moines area, and Caleb's keeping an eye on that for us in Hall Force 1. Caleb runs our Y'all Squad warehouse in Fort Dodge, Iowa. That's why he's in Iowa so often.
A new tornado warning has been issued.
All right, new tornado warning. Let's go check in on the newest tornado warning here. We just got a new warning for Simpson, Jefferson Davis, and Lawrence counties in Mississippi. And this one still looks really concerning. We've got an incredible amount of movement in the air right near the base of this storm. There's a lot of contamination here. It's not necessarily all rotation, but this one doesn't look good. It looks like it might be a problem for our friends in New Hebron, Boggin, Shivers, Cyclone, and McGee in Mississippi. Take shelter now if you haven't already out here in Jefferson Davis and Lawrence counties in Mississippi. Back to our confirmed tornado warning. This is moving right up towards Sumrall. And remember, it's paralleling Highway 44. We just had a video. We just had a live view of this being on the ground near Columbia, Mississippi. And we're going to assume that it's still on the ground as it goes right up past or between Improve and Hopewell towards Hickory Grove, Higgins, and Sumrall. Take shelter now. We're hearing reports of heavy damage to Beacon Supply. Many buildings in this area are heavily damaged at the intersection of 98 and Columbia Purvis Road. So our approximation of where the tornado was exactly right. Homes damaged. We're also hearing homes have been damaged. So unfortunately, it does look like we are going to have some unfortunate news to relay here as we continue to hear updates from the Columbia, Mississippi area. It went right on the eastern side of town, so it was bound to hit something. Yeah, so there are other storms that are calling me. I understand there's more storms that we need to look at. I just want to make sure that we're, really keeping everybody updated on this one because I know we just had a bunch of new viewers who are interested in the Sumrall area pouring in. We've got a confirmed tornado warning for you. Please take shelter. Let's check in on these other storms, though. Tornado warning continues for New Hebron and McGee. Until 53 minutes from now. We've got a huge storm trying to come together here. If the base of this storm can curl up, right now it's pretty straight, right? So we've got some outflow dominant action going on, probably some really damaging winds crossing Highway 27 right now south of Georgetown, Mississippi. But like if we can get some of this inflow to kind of curl up with the rain-cooled outflow down here, this is going to end up being a pretty bad situation for New Hebron, Mississippi, and McGee, as this is the most powerful storm we have right now. But also, it's not necessarily close to producing a tornado. It is capable of it. That's why we have a tornado warning for Simpson, Jefferson Davis, and Lawrence counties in Mississippi. There are other storms that look capable of producing tornadoes right now. Look here down near Macomb. We've got 2 or 3 storms that are rotating. We'll have to watch this one specifically as it moves off to the north and east towards Ruth and Sartonville. And then another interesting storm down here near Purvis and Lumberton. Hascam's number 25 is near this storm, near Maxie and Fruitland Park. We'll have to watch this one, as it looks like it might try to rotate a little bit more here soon. Now that we know that these little storms are capable of producing tornadoes, we just saw this one produce a tornado not too long ago. All of these little blips are points of interest now and things that we have to be concerned about. Oh yeah, the Walt Massey